the number one fear for anyone that decides to pick up drawing is, what if it's too late? Some people tell me things like, I barely drew as a kid, or I lost my interest to other things while growing up, and now that I want to learn, I'm afraid it might be too late. Or sometimes, I never even had the talent for it. Well, I have two great news for you. It's never too late to learn how to draw, and talent is overrated. So let me tell you a story. I always liked drawing. As a kid, I did spend a lot of time doing that, but as I grew, I didn't make that a hobby. When I had free time, I'd rather watch TV, reading a book, and just relax. Reading books always helped me imagine my own stories, but I never thought of putting those stories and characters into paper. I can't really explain why. I guess I never really thought that was a thing an artist will do. And I also felt a little bit silly for sharing my stories, so they stayed in my mind. And of course, as a teenager, I am sure my stories were very silly, full of teenager angst, but hey, it will help me become better, because I would start drawing and put things into paper. Anyways, I didn't do anything about these characters or stories. Mostly, I'd pick up a pencil when I was bored and at school, in classes, so just drawing random doodles on my book pages. I still decided to study art because I liked it. I would even paint from time to time, but I still didn't think about illustration as a way of life. I wanted to be a graphic designer and work on publicity. Thinking about it now sounds very crazy, because I ended up doing none of that. Now, as time went by, I felt less and less motivated to be better at drawing, and it wasn't until I was around 19 that I started to want to get back at it. And of course, I'd see other artists, some older, others younger than me, being much better, and that would make me very sad. I was already 19 or 20, I can't actually remember, but I was already a bit older than what people usually are when they get into art. And my art was terrible. I had no talent for this. But yeah, that's the thing. Talent is something that you build up. You're not born great at drawing. You learn it. Drawing is a skill such as many others, and in order to become talented at it, you gotta practice and learn. The more you practice, the better you become. It's that easy. Well, in theory. I know that there are slumps and sometimes we get demotivated about it. It's normal and it happens. But that's why you need to internalize this. You're not born with it. No one is. Develop your drawing skill and enjoy that process. And this goes for any age. Don't forget that maybe that 16-year-old artist that makes amazing art has been probably studying art since a very young age. They've been practicing over and over for maybe 10 or more years. Their environment might also be very creative and artistic, and that helps developing their creativity and motivation to draw. Everything around us stimulates us into what we are and what we want to do. If as a kid you didn't have that encouragement to draw nor the opportunity, then it's normal to be a few steps behind. But that's not a bad thing. Learning how to draw is a journey, and we're all at different points of it. We'll all get there. Enjoy the journey and don't focus as much on how it will end. So, here's my tip for you, and believe me, it works. Forget about talent, focus on skill. Practice, learn, and watch your drawing skills improve as you work on it. Now comes the part on how to develop your skill. I won't go too detailed on this, but I want to give you some tips, namely how to get those creative juices running, so open your mind. As kids, we have a lot of imagination. We watch cartoons, movies, and books that make our imagination run wild. So then we apply those ideas into playing, games, and many other things. As we grow, we tend to move on from those things, some more than others, and that's normal. But for that reason, we end up consuming less creative content. That means our imagination doesn't have a lot to hold up to create new and fresh ideas. Imagination also works as a muscle. If we forget about it, it will become rusty. But it's always there. So if you want to go back to art or are just starting, I recommend for you to take it easy. Consume art through movies, games, cartoons, comic books, webcomics, and many others. This will help your imagination run again. Don't stress about the things you want to draw or the fact that you don't have any ideas yet. It's perfectly fine. You don't need to have ideas all the time. I sure know I don't. Some days just be like that. My head is completely empty. But that's okay. If you don't know what to draw, or if drawing seems too scary right now, then draw simple lines. Pick up your sketchbook and a pen or pencil. Now draw lines. Short and long lines, horizontal, vertical and diagonal lines, straight and curved lines. Fill a whole spread or even more with all types of lines. You'll see that as you warm up and get more confident and used to drawing lines, they become better and better. Try doing this. Fill up 2 or 3 pages with lines. Once you're done, look up to the first lines you drew and then to the last ones. Notice how different they are from each other. They might have started shaky and not as confident, but now you're more relaxed and that shows. It might get you some time to relax, but try to worry less and have more fun with the drawing. This is why I always recommend this kind of exercises. Drawing lines and even shapes. These are very simple and you can't think too much about them. You know what a line looks like, as well as a square, a triangle, or a circle. So just draw them. They don't need to be perfect. In fact, they won't at the beginning. So let yourself relax and draw these familiar shapes and see how you improve your shapes and lines as you get more confident and comfortable with a pencil in your hand. With this said and done, there's only one thing left for you to do. Just do it! There's nothing stopping you, only your mind. Stop focusing on the negative thoughts, those thoughts that tell you, I'm not good enough, I'm too late, I can't draw anything, or I'll never be as good as X and Y. Pick up all those thoughts and throw them out of the window. You don't need them. Believe me. Instead, start drawing. After watching this video, go draw something. Actually, why don't you open your sketchbook right now? I'm gonna be cheering for you, so doodle random lines and shapes as you watch the rest of this video. Now you're already improving, and good news, you've started your drawing journey. Remember that the earlier you start, the quicker you get better at it. So stop postponing it out of fear. Be confident and start drawing now. Have fun with it and learn new things. But you ask, am I too old to start learning? No! You're never too old to learn a new skill. Even if your job and career took a completely different path, there's always time to learn and enjoy a new hobby. Maybe you don't have as much time as you used to as a kid, work takes up a lot of time, you also need time to spend with your family, but there's always some time to draw, even if it's just on the weekends. As long as you're having fun, it is worth it. Also, if you do have family and kids, drawing can be a very fun group activity. Kids love drawing and you can always create games to make it even more fun. If you also like the time to draw or to learn it, remember that online classes are a thing and it's very helpful. I have drawing classes at both Skillshare and Udemy, and it always makes me so happy when people watch my classes and feel they're improving. A lot of these people are in the same situation. They felt they're too old and that they can't find the time to invest on learning how to draw. But the great thing about online classes is that you can take your own pace. You watch the videos whenever you want, one today, another tomorrow, and practice and make the assignments whenever you want. There is no one rushing you. You can just take your time, watch a lesson as many times as you need, and improve comfortably from your home. You can also look for YouTube tutorials and other free content to learn how to draw. There's just so much around the internet, we just need to look for it. There's really no excuse to start learning and improving at drawing, not even age. So, you can do it. So, now you're ready to start drawing, but maybe still a bit afraid. So let's get this straight once and for all. You'll fail and you'll make mistakes. I make them too. We all do. Drawing is always a process, and we're always learning new things. To learn, it's important to fail and then learn from those mistakes. And I know that at the beginning, it's hard to enter in this state of mind. We want to be great from the very beginning, but the truth is, that won't happen. It's only natural. If I never picked up a pencil or it's been ages since I made a drawing, then it's natural to be rusty and for things to look clunky. So instead of worrying about how good or bad will the final drawing be, start enjoying and thinking more about the process of drawing. It's not the final product that matters the most. What matters is that you enjoy the whole process and learn with it. The moment I started accepting that the drawing I had in mind might not go as well as I expected, I started having much more fun with the process. This lets me see challenges as a good thing. Now I'm actually more interested in trying new and different things than before, because now I'm not afraid of failing. And of course, sometimes the final drawing isn't what I had in mind, or I don't love it, but I'm still attached to it because I really enjoyed the whole process. Also, this way I can learn with my mistakes. I see what I did wrong and try to correct it the next time. This makes the whole learning process much more fun. Make mistakes, learn with them, and internalize that with each mistake you make, it will only make you a better artist. If we don't acknowledge our failures, we cannot move forward. So, accept that you're going to make mistakes and learn to enjoy and look forward to them. This way, you know you're learning something. Now, if you want to become an artist, even if it's just a hobby, set your goals. What do you want to learn? A specific kind of material, drawing characters, flowers, environments, or animals. Think about what you want to draw and learn and start small. If you want to draw characters, then start learning some anatomy. But maybe not the whole body. Break it down to small doses. Maybe start by learning how to draw a head. Just simple shapes, nothing too complicated. As you feel you're confident with it, then go for a more detailed drawing of the head. After that, start learning details of the face and so on. For example, for the whole body, I find that gesture drawing is a great way to learn how to draw different and interesting poses and having a general idea of how to draw the human body. So that might be a simple exercise for you to start with. Don't feel overwhelmed by others. Choose your own pace and let yourself enjoy the process of drawing. Some people might be quicker to learn and others take longer. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun and learning something every day. When setting your goals, try to make a schedule. It's important to be consistent so we can move forward and develop our drawing skills. Try to draw a little every day, even if it's just 15 minutes. If you don't have that time, then set up a schedule where you make drawing sessions twice a week and set a time you're comfortable with. Even if it's just 10 minutes, at least you drew something and kept your drawing muscles active. And finally, do what makes you happy. Focus on things you like to draw and do that. The most important thing about drawing is that it's fun, so make it fun. Draw the things you like and enjoy the journey. Alright, I hope this helped you, so go start drawing, but before that, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, and as always, keep on drawing.